Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Adam with ND72. So today we're going to be back with the E55, but before we even touch the E55, this video is going to be all about the new part that I got in this box over here. So as you see, I got a fancy box from VRP, and what could be in it? Jack poop what's in that box, but what we got on the table right here, we got ourselves some 92mm Hellcat Throttlebody goodies. So what does that entail? A billet snout and a boatload of other parts. What we got here is a boatload of parts, some that will be going to E55, some that have to do with the VRP stuff, which we'll go over that. We'll go over different throttle bodies that could go on this car. And I just got a lot of gaskets. I got almost every single gasket you're going to need for the whole supercharger job. We're going to start going over some of it and show you the huge difference between a billet snout and a non-billet snout from VRP. So what we got on this table is we got a lot of goodies on this table. But let's kind of start with like the VRP kind of style stuff that we got from them. So one of the cool things is we got their VRP billet 92mm snout. Like this thing, like I know a lot of people talk crap about VRP, but this thing is actually pretty nice. As long as it fits and everything goes on the car good, it just looks so clean and just so done up right. There's a few other companies who make stuff like this. I think Moscow makes them, but with the Moscow kit, it deletes this where it's completely smooth down there, and I wanted to kind of keep it. And if I don't like it down the road, this is actually for the, so the throttle body goes over here, that goes to the supercharger, and this is the bypass little throttle body that goes over there. There's delete kits. So I figured at least with this kit, I still have the option. It comes with the adapter plate for the M113K supercharger, so it could bolt right on. And this is also so gorgeous. And also the benefit of this whole setup is when I do go to a Whipple, from my understanding, I just get a different adapter plate, and this should bolt right up to it. So all I have to do is just get a new one of these. I don't have to buy a whole new setup. And I thought that was so cool. Also, you get a lot of like little stuff. Like it looks like so far it comes with all the hardware in this kit, and it's pretty good quality hardware. You get everything in there. It comes with a lot of extra hardware. It comes with the nipples to actually put the lines on there. And this should be a pretty straightforward install. But man, it's just good quality on what they're selling you. So there's a lot of stuff on the table. We're going to try to go over each piece. So this is a factory snout off of M113K, basically off any E55. This is just one that I got off of eBay that I am going to send it back to them. But if you just look at like, I'm going to try to show you everything. So if you just stare down to that snout, how that one is, compared to, let's turn this thing around, you could just see how much more, like this is an astronomical difference from the openings. And if you look straight down there, like you can see the carpet on my pool table. On the factory one, you have all this basically that's blocking you off, that's stopping airflow and all that stuff. And then in the VRP one, look at that. It's basically straight through. Because what it looks like is they ported and cut all this unnecessary stuff out. And it is just such a work of art. And then if you even want to compare, like, just look at the openings to the factory one. So a factory one opening is 73.9. And then this one should be in the 90s. Yeah, 90.1. 90.13, yeah. So there's a huge difference in just opening of over here. They deleted a lot of stuff that you don't really need. So on my E55, you don't really have this. It's just open that just goes to nowhere on my E55. This should be for a brake booster like it would be on my CLK 55. That actually would go into there. At some cars that don't use the same braking system as the E55. They got rid of that because you don't need it. You got the same thing as basically a little bypass. So if you look on the bottoms, so this is where you'll put the throttle body onto the supercharger, or not the throttle body, but a little bypass valve. You got that on here to here. Now, one thing that is a little bit different that it looks like in the kit they send you. So right over here, there's like a little nipple that goes to, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure this goes to the purge valve. Over here, you have a port that you thread in. So I am 99.9% sure one of these thread right into there. And then all you do is just get the rubber hose, put it on there, and it'll work. So that should basically bolt right up also. And then if you flip it over to the top, so what I really like what they did. So on my car, let's flip these over. Let's get them kind of the same. So this fits on the car like this. All right. And you got these two factory ports that go to the secondary air pump and then one that doesn't do nothing. They still have those ports on here, which are right here. But also, what you could do, I'm 99% sure that's what these little plugs are for. You can plug them up with some Teflon tape so you don't have to worry about those. And then you have two other ports right up here, which that the factory one does not have. From my understanding, you can use this for a series of stuff. Basically, nitrous if you want to shoot nitrous directly into a supercharger. Methanol if you want to shoot it directly into there. Or if you want to kind of reroute a couple of the PVC stuff, you could always just put it right to there. I would not recommend doing this for boost, because where this is the car's not under boost. So that's pretty cool. You got those two ports there, which it looks like it comes with block off things if you don't want them. So that's perfectly fine. You just got to get some Teflon tape or something. But this is just gorgeous. Like, they have a little gasket. I'm trying to see that fits right into that groove that it comes with the kit. So then when you bolt it right up to there, it should seal. I also got some factory Mercedes RTV that I'm going to use on there just to cover my little butt. But this thing is so gorgeous. And I don't even know if it matters that much. The weight difference. Like, this is a lot lighter than this whole getup. Like, it feels different, so it might be minimal, but it is just so much nicer. And if you flip over from the back, so this is going to be the back of the supercharger, or the front of the supercharger, back of the snout. It sits. Let's see if I can get this right. Now I'm all backwards. Hold on. Yeah, just like that. So even at looking the back end of this, you could just see how much more volume you have inside of this and how restricted this whole setup is. Because this is just basically so much material that you have right here that is basically just stopping it and letting less air in and messing up the flow. This should make a night and day difference for it. So with the VRP kit, you got a couple options. You could do the 92, and I think there was a 105. But the 92 I went with because it was more usable. A lot more people had it out there, and there's a lot of things for the Hellcat. And also I found a company who takes your factory 92 and bores the internal and gives you a new butterfly, which is a 95. And from my understanding, it should bolt right up to it because the externals are the same, it's just the internals are different. So I might do that down the line, but I highly doubt that. But now we're going to show you that's what comes with the base kit of it. You get a full bolt-on kit with it, but I just kind of priced things out a little bit differently just because it was the timing and all that stuff, and I found a couple good deals. So I'm going to show you the other stuff that you need to make this kit work. Alright, so what we got right here is basically the factory 74mm throttle body that comes on all E55, so on and so forth. There might be a teeny variance, but this is the one that would come off of mine. And then here's the massive 92mm Hellcat. So one big difference is, well, I mean, the size and all that, but the plugs are different. So VRP sells a plug. I just went and got mine from a guy named Glenn off on the forums. He made it for me. I like to kind of go with a lot of people like that. He had them. He got it really quick, and it was a good price. So if you look, the plugs are different from Hellcat to Mercedes plug. So this one plugs right into the Hellcat, bink, and then goes right into my Mercedes harness. So I don't have to do no cutting, no nothing, and it just makes it super user-friendly. So that's why I opted for this piece. And next, what you really need for this whole setup to work is the throttle body. This is just a used Hellcat one. There's a few people on the forums. They go for like $250 to $300. You can find them used. I got a really, really good deal on this used one. So that's why I picked up the used one instead of going brand new. So now I'm going to show you the difference in the throttle bodies. So right here we got 4 throttle bodies that you'll find between the M113 and M113K motors. This one is the only one that's going to be a marginally difference. And you won't really find them too many on the V8 versions. I think they were only on the V8s like way back when. But this one you find more or less on the M112 V6s, where you could literally bolt this one to that one and vice versa, and they all plug in. So the one all the way to the right is the 67mm, and then you get, let's trash that one because that one's too puny. And then you got this one right here, which measures out to right around 73, 72 on the back end. And then this one should be the upgraded one, which goes to 82.3 on the back end. And then you got the big boy. This one measures out to 93.7 on the back end. Now, they do vary from back end to the front, because if you look at this one, this is a Hellcat one, you can see how the back gets a little bit thicker. So up front is where they call it always. Let's see if we go to this. Yeah, so this is still 93.5 on this one. And yeah, my thing's zeroed out. And then this should be like roughly what they call the 82. Yeah, this is 83.1 on this one. So you could just see the huge difference of this is a normal upgraded 82 one. And then if you just look at like literally a factory 74, like these might not look too big of a difference on camera, but when you compare to Hellcat to factory, that is a huge difference. Like you almost could fit one inside the other. Almost. Pretty cool. Next, what we got is a series of gaskets you're going to need. This is basically the donut that everyone kind of forgets about. This is the throttle body gasket that goes to the donut. You got manifold gaskets, a supercharger to snout gasket, which I'm not sure if I'm even going to need this anymore, but I got it anyways. You got your intake manifold gasket. I knew a new map sensor. I also got the intercooler gasket that should be here by tomorrow. And then I got a special gasket that I have 2 ways I'm going to try for the throttle body to the snout. So we're going to see which one of those work better. But this should be basically everything you need. You don't even need, you probably won't need half of this stuff as long as it's good already on your car. But I just got it because it's cheap and already, I already had it. So that was my quick little once over of the VRP upgraded throttle body, billet snout, and kind of everything you're more or less going to need for it. And that way you kind of see the difference in the throttle bodies. So what we're going to do tomorrow, we're going to start gutting apart the car and start showing how to install and everything. And then the video after that will be us taking it to a test drive. Maybe we'll get a dyno tuned, and hopefully we'll go back to the track and see how much faster we get this car. Hope you guys like it. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe. And hopefully these videos will be coming out pretty quickly for this, so you're not watching this like open box one and so on and so forth. But thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Lady versus Swiffer. Swiffer wins.